You're watching In the Office. My name is Bray. Let's do some quote learning. Today's topic for episode number 5 is over the conversation of worldview. If you want to drill down to the foundation of every issue, every proposition, every public policy, every decision that's being made, it will help complete your understanding of said topic if you understand the worldview of those putting it forward. Once you understand the worldview, you're more able to answer all of the other questions that naturally will flow from having the healthy debate that comes with anything put forward. If you understand the worldview of somebody, then you easily can answer the who, why, when, where, what, and why. You're able to do that because you know from where they're coming from. If you know that someone is a born-again believer, then you know that they believe that there is one true living God. You know that they're coming from that angle. If the person putting forward the idea is secular, you understand that they have a lot of questions that are unanswered and they're coming from this angle. The Christian, they know that, when their salvation is secure, they're going to live forever. They're trying to leave a legacy of the gospel. Someone who's a secularist, they may be trying to liberate people from the lies of faith, or they may just be trying to ride this thing out. But you can better understand their worldview and understand why they're putting forward the ideas that they are. That's what worldview does. And I have to say there is a diverse opinion of worldview, but still you can drill down a little bit better. Even if I were to tell you that we want to know the worldview of, say, 10 people on a Christian education school board, there's still going to be some difference of opinion. But also, if you were putting together a secular society of 10 people, there would also be difference of opinion. But there will be some assumables that will be pretty close to accurate. And with that, you can better paint the picture of why it is they're doing what they're doing. One of my favorite quotes comes from Lee Strobel. This is what he says. He says, "My worldview, my philosophy, my attitudes, my relationships, my parenting, my marriage, everything has been transformed by my relationship with Christ." And that's true. For the born-again believer, their worldview is shaped by Jesus Christ, and that's the most obvious thing that should happen to a born-again believer. For a secularist, even if they wouldn't paint it in such eloquent words, their worldview is going to be shaped by the big question marks that they have in their life. A secularist may believe that they've only got a short time to live, and so they're going to eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow they die. Or they may have other opinions about it. But you can start to fill it out and see where they're coming from. If you really want to learn and to be wise unto making a decision, getting the worldview of somebody is so helpful. And there's nothing wrong with doing it. And you can do so in a way that is not antagonistic, but is rather doing it out of a position of intrigue. Hey, tell me a little bit about your faith, or tell me about what makes you tick. And most people are happy to share with you about their faith, or what makes them tick, or why they say they do what they do. If we're going to be learned people who are good at discernment, then we're going to have to figure out the worldviews of other people. We don't have to understand them completely, but it will give us an understanding of where it is that they're coming from. And with that, we'll be able to know why they're trying to do what they're trying to do, or how they plan on going about doing what they're going to do, or more specifically, what they think that they're going to do. Because not always do people tell you the right why, the right how, and the right what about what it is that they're trying to do. Many times people cloak those things because they want you to believe that they're doing it for said reason. But then if you can get that worldview, if you can get what makes them tick, you may more accurately figure out the motivations behind why somebody would put forth said proposition or said idea to be implemented by the masses, or just simply more people. Study worldview for yourself. Develop a worldview for yourself. I have a biblical worldview. You need to develop a worldview that suits you. From my position, I think the biblical worldview is the only one to have that makes sense, but I will allow you, as God has allowed you, to seek it out, to search the world, see what's out there, and then when all other worldviews that have been time tested have failed throughout the generations, then you may more clearly see that a biblical worldview has settled the test of time. It's still there through the toppling of Rome, through the Inquisitions, through the Dark Ages, through communism's rise, through the Frankfurt schools, exporting of ideas that are getting rehashed today. Through all those things, not a single person has been saved and been given the peace of God, but through a biblical worldview, hundreds of millions, if not billions of people have been brought into a right relationship with God by peace through Jesus Christ. Figure out what your worldview is. You'll better know why it is you do what you do. It'll be a great exercise for you, yourself, and then you'll be able to look at other people sort of objectively and say, I know why they do what they do. You don't have to agree with it, but you can say, I know why it is that they're doing what they're doing. It's based in their worldview. And if you ever want to become an apologist, if you want to become somebody who defends your faith and is a good communicator, then you need to know where it is that they're coming from, because you'll be much more effective with your witness. Those are my thoughts on worldview, short and to the point. Go figure out what your worldview is, and we'll see you next time.